Abdulla, he's an India Affairs Analyst and editor of Maktub Media. Really good to have you with us. Firstly, it is concerning, isn't it, that in the wake of this attack in India-administered Kashmir, we are seeing incidents of Islamophobia and hostility towards people from Kashmir. Tell us more about this reaction and who you believe is fanning those flames.
Thank you so much for having me. The truth is, this has been happening for a long time, and especially Kashmiri students have faced hostilities across India in states where they come to study or they come to work. And this has been going for a long time. But the recent attack, which has shocked the nation, especially the nature of the attack has shocked the nation. And it has been used by the right wing to amplify more hostilities against these students. We have reports from across India saying that Kashmiri students are feeling unsafe, and I have a lot of my friends who is saying the same, and they are trying to go back to their home state to ensure that they are safe. And a lot of people are keeping a low profile, not going out, making sure they stay inside, and because of the visible. The way Kashmiris looks very different from Indians, so it is very easy to spot them also. So they're making sure they're not venturing outside their houses, and that says a lot. And
yes, and we are seeing from the very top, from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, really pointing the finger at its neighbour Pakistan, and perhaps by extension the Muslim minority in India. To what extent is India's leadership really fanning the flames of this hatred and Islamophobia, do you think?
See, the hostilities are coming from a lot of mainstream people, including leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And even after 48 hours, there's no response from any of the ministers or the stakeholders to say that there should be guidelines, or at least there should be somebody who's going to take the responsibility and say that don't do this to the Kashmiri students or Kashmiri people who are in the state. And that is not happening, which says a lot. And as I said before, this has been happening to Muslims across the country for many years. And what happened with Pahalgam is that it became more legitimate in a way that even people who used to take a more neutral stand have turned their back towards Muslims, and now Muslims have in this dilemma. What we don't know what will come next for them.
And we know it was in 2019 that Narendra Modi revoked the semi-autonomous status of India-administered Kashmir. And that, in effect, has signalled to the public that India really believes that that Muslim majority state should be under complete Indian control. Do you believe that as a result of that action, perhaps that is influencing the mindsets of Indians more generally and their view of Kashmiris?
Kashmir has been a space that has been always on dispute for Indians. Indians make the claim that that land, the territory belongs to India, and it has been a disputed land for the longest time. But with what happened on August 5, 2019 is that India just claimed without resolving the long-standing issues, which is not just with Pakistan as a neighboring state, also with Kashmiris. Now, Kashmiris never had a chance to make this decision. They were not involved in this talks. It was just something that was decided in New Delhi and imposed on Kashmir. And what happened next in Kashmir from that moment onwards to the next 2-3 years is very difficult. Kashmiris couldn't, there was a communication blackout that happened, and there was a choking surveillance on each Kashmiri that has led to declining press freedom, arresting of activists. Most of the Kashmiri politicians were put under house arrest, which means this was not a decision that was made by Kashmiris, but by New Delhi. And this also signal, as you said, it also signals in a way that, Muslims in India are facing a new challenge with Modi. And even though Kashmir is not related to what the overall issue of Islamophobia in India, it is also complementary. Even though this has been going for a long time, what is happening to Kashmir, you can always say that this is the coming of Kashmir to India. What Kashmir has faced for a long time is now faced across India at this point of time.
Okay, Shaheen Abdulla, we will have to leave it there, but thank you so much again for joining us on the program.